Ebusia for ha came to TV in some baby artists or person to assume and once over we came to TV. Now I share to other platform no ma comment or comment section as say and more if you say ube bond education ben some in same be the block into TV no why first in when you 70 BT no when you so ewo ma ganim. Ebusiafo ye nyina ye nsisi anu ni po training ewo magane mu ene Kevin Taylor ene training ewo magane mu lawyer Paul Adumoche so say nja Kevin Taylor na chese na ho ntone da because e bani sa Ghana for mpeni for omo ane Ghana enti ni je na Kevin Taylor ne sisi ade ase eye lawyer Paul Adumoche odin nsem bi betu dwa e de fan hunum Sisi and Kevin Taylor so ababonten abe reply lawyer Paul Adum Ochel. Na nim fake doctor ye oba ye NHS nko no e na okoye INS health insurance okoye penny wo ho mo okoda ni a chese Ghana for name okedechi fifa mo mu hwehwe mu a chese mo de nsam ne ade ba bonten se doctor no onye doctor no a fake doctor ni na Kevin Taylor NHS or this doctor eba o maka ne mu na no lawyer Morris Ampechess wa ba bonten na o de nsam bebre na so esan so etudwa na ebusia for nsam no sane etie no uti a wankasa obesresa chese Hu nia Ghana mpenifor so to say so obeke bi actually obo na asam ne ni ref ye nim say fake doctor ba ye no na Kevin Taylor ba bonten ni ade oketeche fifa so de betu ho say fake doctor ono anga so ne na ye bi da first no ye ne girlfriend sisi ado ye ne ex girlfriend no
He is reported at the airport when he arrived, and this is what we have been told. We hope it's not true. We just hope it's not true. He arrived as Kevin Taylor. He went through gate 19. Gate 19 at the airport is reserved ordinarily for high-profile diplomats. So President Kufuor is abroad now. When President Kufuor is coming back, he'll go through gate 19. If a high-profile state official travels, say the Honorable Mahama, those who are not maybe inside governments, all of those people, they all go through gate 19. That's the gate reserved for high-profile officials. He was met by national security in gross violation. These national security people. And we are getting this information from people. I mean, in gross violation of a court order of a bench warrant. Ministers may or may not be aware. President may or may not be aware. He has arrived in Ghana in gross violation of a court order. The court order was against contempt of court. He spoke certain things in which the court believed was scandalizing the court. Kweku Bako and Haruna Atta went to prison for saying things that the court thought was scandalizing the court. This guy sits in America, scandalizes the court in the name of politics. A bench warrant is issued. His party is in power. So the state security apparatus, sponsored by the taxpayer, goes to pick the guy who has scandalized one of the most important institutions of democracy, the courts. And they bring him in. You have not even heard the worst. The worst is that they send him. He came by United Airlines, according to the story. United Airlines flight UA996 from Washington, D.C. And he came with an entourage. According to the story, he came with an He didn't just come, he came with an entourage. And they are up and they are so the people at the airport don't quite see people on the flight who told us. And guess what? The report is that sent him to Prestige Lake. Go and live in the house that is reserved for the vice president of Ghana. This is the same house that John Dramani Mahama lived in as vice president and even as president. When President Mahama was exiting his presidency in 2016, this is the house that he wrote to Nana Akufo-Addo, and Nana Akufo-Addo agreed that President Mahama can have it. Later on, party hawks prevailed on Akufo-Addo by force that President Mahama cannot have it. And so President Mahama had to relocate and find his own place where he has been living until he was re-elected as president. This house is where Aliyu Mahama lived in. It's reserved, it's a cocoa board house that is reserved for the vice president of Ghana. This is the house that has been given to Mr. Sansadeli and his entourage to stay in the official residence of the vice president of Ghana. This guy who just finished SS2, not because he can't pay, but because he can't learn, and sets up a media organization to basically drop down insults on every important Ghanaian. And because he supports and assists the political party, there's no problem with political parties supporting their own. Every political party supports their own. There's no problem. Akufo-Addo supports his own. John Mahama supports his own. Hassan Ayariga, who is in the studio, supports his own. But you cannot support your own by using taxpayers' resources to bring in somebody like that the court has scandalized. Now, he is now worried about the bench warrant. So he has filed an application at the Supreme Court. I've spoken to plenty lawyers last night, and they all gave their perspective about, oh, this is outrage, oh, this one is that, this is that. And some of the lawyers said, no, the Supreme Court will never accept this. In the next 5 minutes, Lawyer Preku will join me and we'll go to the Supreme Court thing that he has filed. We'll tell you about it and he will give us the dimensions of it. But this is very interesting, and it should be worrisome if it is true that he's staying in the official residence of the vice president of Ghana. Yesterday, I texted Minister for Defense. He has not responded, Dr. Manibuama, and asked him certain questions that you are a Catholic priest, Dr. Manibuama. You are a Catholic priest. You are Minister for Defense. Who wants his child to be like this guy? Who wants his child to grow up and have an insulting tongue like this guy? Who wants his son to be like this guy? Who wants his daughter to be like this guy? And because of politics, you bring him to Ghana. Why, you think NDC will be in power forever? My goodness, even Kwame Nkrumah was not in power forever. Nkrumah was in power from 1951 up to 1966. Calculate how many years. It was not forever. J.J. Rawlings. Today they do June 4th and Fifi Kwete is angry that NDC didn't participate in the June 4th. The all-powerful J.J. Rawlings, he was in power from 1981 up to year 2000. It ended. How do you do these things? Why do we do these things? Somebody that has insulted everyone, you bring him to Ghana with state money and go and put him in the official residence of the vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Jena Nopukwajiman appears to have her own house. She's comfortable with this. She doesn't want to move. So the vice president's official residence is vacant. This is the same place John Mahama stayed as president. This is the same place Muhammadu Bawumia stayed until 2024. This is the same place that Aliyu Mahama stayed. This is the place where a fugitive from justice, against whom there's a bench warrant, is protected by the state apparatus to go and stay. How did we get this information? Because people who are in the state apparatus are unhappy with it. That's how these things leak all the time. People in the state apparatus are unhappy with it. They are grossly unhappy with it. So they are telling us, Charlie, give it to Good Evening Ghana. Oh, this one, give it to Okatechi. Give it to, what is this? What are our people doing? What kind of thing is this? That's the conversation. But why have they brought the guy inside again? Oh, but what is this? If the guy has a cost problem, he should go to court. Why are they doing this? And they say we should send him back out. Yeah, call Good Evening Ghana and give it to him. That's how we get the information. So those who are leading those people, beware. Minister, you are leading them, beware, because they are talking behind your back. And they are thinking that what you are doing is not good. They are talking, they are not MPP people, oh. They are state security people. They are talking behind your back. And they are thinking that this thing you are doing is terrible. We looked at some of the videos that he has done. Trying hard to get some of them that are okay, so we can show on television, so that those who often don't watch, they'll get a sense of who we are talking about. We struggled and got a little bit that doesn't have profound insults in it, because that is always the style. profound insults. That's always the style. Have a look at this. Have a look at this one.
Akonya bia te se toilet o you hine se be de anim na musuo mra eso ase you se be kansam mampuntu mra abrabom e de hine na yedi ni sa no e de hine na yedi ni sa no wo e na wo ma santeman se yotufo wo na wo se santeman o tom e bi o mon kan kire wo asanteman se e ye wo otufo na otufo te wo na ye see sebio wo na nanom o mo baaye no sa ankwase asem we komo so anka nda akonya kase we enke da ho Most son some full solo. You broke on your name, dear. Now, son, your muscle. Or two for you have limited power. You have limited power. Asante is nothing. See, 2 million antibium, 2 million dementia bium. The Mumpire we are singing, you show what Masarai, Bebediza, when the Corinthians, or Nimbia woman in a ultimate son by Ari, and Can Williams. Honestly, the banners were bought the most a day or so what teaching. Wait, you got to see her to say Mire. Edidim kwasi asemo TikTok was Danka William wa bompa ye we are singing at the brofo abo ontumi san ba yare na mo mogibigi ara mensa otabo akwatena court a bank board so we sika tetram or the Namgana or so na she Igbo for curtains.
The guy that they put in the vice president's house to protect him because there's a court bench warrant against him. I mean, I can't understand it. This is the guy. Does anybody want his child to grow up like this? Does anybody watching me want your child? People want their children to be politicians. They are decent politicians. And I was asking the minister in the text. They are very decent people.